That was a crazy noise. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome back to Subnautica. This is episode 9, and in the last episode we found out a lot. We found out that we're now quarantined on this planet because of the coronavirus. We found out that that giant building we visited was actually a gun designed to shoot down anything that tried to come too close to the planet or to leave. So we have to deactivate that before that's even a possibility. But in between all of the episodes, I've been doing a little bit of background work, and because of that, we are now in our new base. Let me go outside here. Of course it's dark, but this is the new base. We've got our moon pool. We're right by Life Pod 13 and the giant mushroom forest tree. We've got 2 large rooms. There's our prawn suit. That's a new prawn suit because, let me bring up the beacons here, because this prawn suit, that one right down there, clipped through the world while I was out gathering materials and got attacked by a reaper. It kicked me out of my suit, killed me, and then grabbed my suit and clipped it through the ground, and I can't get to it anymore, so that's the new one. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn that one off again, and we'll go back inside. And
welcome aboard, Captain.
Over here we have our little crafting area with radio, our battery charger. We have a whole bunch of things and all of these big lockers. Down here is our power, which is doing pretty good. Our bioreactor, that's going to get switched out with a nuclear reactor, but we don't have the stuff to build that yet. Got some marble melons over here for food and also for power for the bioreactor. And then over here is our alien containment, which we need to put a door on, and I think I need glass. No, I need titanium. I should have plenty of titanium somewhere. Yep. So we'll put that down here where there's more room. But what you can do is, once this is on, you can go inside. You can swim around, you can use the planter, we can put a whole bunch of things in here, which we'll do. But the reason we have that is because we found... Which one is it in? Yeah, these guys. We have a regular creature egg, which I don't know what that one is, and 2 cuttlefish eggs, which are secrets hidden in the game. One of them is not so secret, you kind of find it no matter what. The other 4, I think there's 5 in total, you have to kind of search for them. So you put them in here to help them grow, which is pretty cool. But let's see, I want to grab something, because before we start the episode too much, well, let's hit this radio.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
Yeah, that's going to be a reaper.
New biological subjects designated. Mode. Hunting. Analyzing. Sharing subject locations with other agents.
That right there is the warpers. They are communicating. Out here's our little garden with all of our things that we need. Deep shrooms, acid mushrooms, aerogel, or gel sacks, bloodroot, and creep vines. And then over here is our little living area, which I'm going to add more to. Right now, this is just a basic setup. One of the most important things that we need, coffee. We have our water over here. We'll take that. I thought I had more. I guess I don't. But yeah, these actually work. There's a vending machine with snacks, and then there's a coffee vending machine. And you can actually get it. And it gives you a little bit of water. There are posters, wall planters. This is the bedroom. Little desk. Little bed which you can sleep in and sleep the night through. But yeah, There we go. And now it's daytime. But what we're going to do for now, while these are hatching, we're going to hit this. And I've made some upgrades. Gave it a module, hull reinforcement. I put the Mark III depth module in so we can go all the way down to 900 feet, and the perimeter defense system, which is really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this, and I'm going to put this guy in there because I think he needs to charge. Oh, no, he doesn't. Okay, never mind then. Storage is empty there. Oh, that's the beacon. So, it's right over this way somewhere. Might take a little bit to find it, and we have to be careful and watch out for Reaper Leviathans. And actually, before I go too far, I should repair this, just in case. But yeah, somewhere over in this direction is another little secret in the game. If you remember from the last episode, the PDA that got translated in the background while we were checking out the enforcement platform mentioned other locations. Yeah, he's around here somewhere, so we gotta watch out. I believe it's over this way. Yeah, I believe it's right down here. Yep. There's a warper back there. You can hear them screaming in the background along with the Reaper. But yeah, right down here in this little... This looks like a crater impact. That might be a meteor. But right over here we can see some lights. And I'm gonna hide my Seamoth in here, so hopefully he can't get it. Not go too far in. There we go. But yeah, come down here, we got a little alien force field, just like up on the platform. And if you bring your tablet, you can get in. And this is just like a little area. We got some ion cubes. I believe there's 2 of these. 2 or 3 of these that are hidden. One of them is kind of right out in the open. But this is a good place to get some things. Alien biological history. This terminal contains data mapping the complete biological history of a member of the alien species. The dataset is hugely complex, but some basic facts can be reconstructed. Was grown from a seed 1,708 Earth years ago, separated from broodlings early for special training. Inducted into Temple of Research as youngest ever initiate, age 96. So because that's young, they live for very long. Downloaded a corrupted dataset and was stored for 3 years for refactoring. Relocated to the Outer Galaxy Cluster to support disease research endeavors. Relocated to 4546b, that's the planet we're on, for high priority disease research. Contracted Kara bacterium, stored in Sanctuary 3, corporeal body, safely disposed. So that's a little background there. A little more background that's going on. Let you know that at one point there was an alien species on this planet that is, that was studying the Kara and trying to keep it from getting out. But I think now we kind of just have to wait for another radio message to let me know. Actually, what we can do we can head down to the second Degassi habitat, which is quite a bit away. Probably make sure we stop back at the base and get supplied up. But yeah, this area is called the Dunes. It's a very big sandy area filled with Reaper Leviathans. And the first time you enter this episode, or the first time you enter this area, it says, hey, just letting you know, there are multiple Leviathan Reapers around here. Are you sure you're doing the right thing, basically? It's just to let you know that that's a pretty dangerous area. So, we'll go back here. We'll stock up. And then we'll head down to the Degassi habitat. And if I remember correctly, we're going to want to take another purple tablet.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Yeah. We'll see what I have in here, food and water wise. I also need to replant some of the things, because while I was transferring stuff over to this area, I can also get rid of these. I don't need this stuff. I'll take that. And then other than that, I have... Oh no, I put my sea moth, or my sea glide away. That's not what I wanted to do. Sea glide, all my tools. Probably switch... Nah, the habitat builder doesn't need a battery right this second. I think we're pretty good. But we'll go over here, we'll get some water. If there's another one. Yep. We'll come down here, we'll load up on some marble melons. See how the power's doing before we leave. We'll throw 2 more in there, and we'll probably replant real quick. And like I said, we'll switch that out with nuclear power once we get all the things for it, but nope. There we go. Yeah, when you get down to your last 4 marble melons in these planters, because they're a little bit wonky, just pick them up, replant them, they'll turn into big ones, and then they'll be easier to cut, and then just cut all 4 of them and replant them. Now we have our knife. That'll help us get food if we need it. But we have a nutrition bar, whatever it's called. 2 waters, we should be pretty good. And I forgot to get the tablet. That's one of the things that I went back for. I'll just hop out here. Run back in and get it, and I would imagine by the time we're out and get back, excuse me, we should be able to find, or those cuttlefish should hatch. And I think what I'll do is something I don't normally do. I'll try to find all 5 of them. We don't need life pod 17 anymore. Where's that at? That was just to help me get back and forth. Oh, there's a radio message. Might as well get that while we're here. A lot of backtracking. This might be for one of the last life pods.
This is Altera HQ.
Nope.
This may be your only communications window. We can't send a rescue ship all the way out there, so Aurora, you're just gonna have to meet us halfway. We've uploaded blueprints to the ship's computer.
Sandwich run, you in?
This is a good
yeah,
one. I
give me a
like
second.
this.
Black box data shows the high security terminal in the captain's quarters is still functional.
Becky's leaving like in 5 minutes.
All right, well, tell Becky I'll just take the regular.
The regular.
Yeah, she'll know what I mean. The code should
And
be...
if she doesn't?
Just tell her the regular, dude.
Okay.
The
If I
code...
say regular, and she's like, what's the regular? I have to come all the way back up here.
The code should be 2679.
There we
Regular's
go.
just a ham and cheese.
Okay, would you just say ham and cheese?
Ham and cheese.
Okay.
That's it's a fun little message that you get. I'm not sure who those guys are, but I think they're YouTubers that were asked to record that. I really don't know. But yeah, now we have the code to the captain's quarters to get another blueprint, but we'll wait on that. I'll either do that off camera or we'll save that until the end when we actually need it. But now we're going to be heading pretty deep, like farther than we've gone so far, because our depth module is all the way up to Mark III, and now we'll be heading way down. And this is where we start to run into some of the really interesting stuff in this game. As we get further down into the ocean, into the planet, we learn more about what's going on. This might be... Nope. Oh, listen to that sound. Make sure my perimeter defense is primed and ready to go in case I get grabbed. Oh, and here's another ship. Anything useful over here? No, we were already here. Okay. So we've got everything here. Oh, this might be by Captain Keen's live pod. I have to remember how to get down here, to be honest. There's some glass. Yep, there we go. Cuttlefish egg discovered. Now the other one should be hatching pretty soon. Yeah, here we go. Going into the bulb zone. And we're going to be running into a lot of those guys down here. The warpers. They're so cool, but they're such a pain in the ass. So let's see. Okay, it's down there, so we might have to head down this way some more before we can get in. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep, there it is. Oh, look at that. There's another warper. And we should be seeing them soon here. Where are they? Yeah, there we go. The crab squids. Get out of here. Okay, I'm gonna try to park this somewhere where they'll leave it alone, but where I can still get in there. Hopefully here is good enough. Gotta watch out for the warpers too, because...
Detecting a titanium mass somewhere in this area. Unable to confirm whether it originated on the Aurora.
Please, stop fighting and listen. We're sick.
What?
How? You've been coughing, right? Feeling itchy? Blisters?
Yeah.
The biometrics would have warned us if we were sick.
It's something new. It's not in the database.
Come on, then. What's it gonna do? Turn us inside out? Dissolve us into jelly?
It's an alien bacteria. It's everywhere. Every organism on this planet. Altering our
New
genetic code.
blueprint
How are
acquired.
the creatures surviving if they're infected?
I don't know yet.
Want me to cut
Hate
some
those
of them
guys.
open for you? Find out what makes them tick?
No.
Just tell me what you need, son. Materials, equipment.
Just... Can I have some quiet? I need some time to think.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
Yep, here's the other one.
New blueprint
Okay, well thank you.
acquired.
You helped me out, but that's not exactly what I wanted.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Get out of here. Okay, so there was a lot that just happened in that little span of time, and I have to be careful to make sure that I don't use that too often. And now we're coming down into... Let's see. I gotta get away from... Make sure we're getting away from these guys over here. But I'll play those, Degassi. There we go. We'll play these in the background.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out of the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here.
They don't have subtitles in this game, do they? Oh, no, they do, but I guess not when you're,
The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. I learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
That was Bart. He was one of the survivors from the Degassi ship. And that was when he was talking about when they were in the jelly shroom caves and all the cool things that he was finding as they went deeper into the planet. But this is a giant fossil. And as you can tell, it was being studied. The good thing is now, though, I have the swim charge fins, so I should never run out of battery power. So for the most part, you just have to watch for food and everything, but let's see. Let's bring this one up if we can. Scan data. Alien vent. Nope. I probably should have brought it up when it came up, but that's okay. But yeah, this is the Lost River. This is the Lost River area, and it's home to the start of the end of the game. And then, look at that, the orange tablet that we just got comes in real handy right here. We have a whole bunch more.
Integrating new PDA
Whole bunch more
data.
information and ion cubes down here. And there is another cuttlefish egg. Scan all these things. But yeah, this is another like little alien sanctuary. This is one of the ones I think they were talking about in the PDA information that was downloaded from the quarantine enforcement platform. But now I always forget which way I need to go. Because we came in from this way, I believe it was. Oh, crab squid. Gotta get away from that guy. There's quite a few different things down here that are very interesting to find. That giant skull being one of them. And I think the other one might be this way. You can see there's tons of fossils down here. This is like a... almost like an acidic lake, kind of, on the bottom. And then we have all of these blue rays swimming around. Nope, that's back out. We don't want to go that way. I think that was the way we came in. I'm not 100% sure. It's very easy to get turned around down here. Everything looks the same. But we're looking for a building that was mentioned earlier. It might be this way. Again, it's super easy to get turned around down here. Oh yeah, there it is. There we go. And that right there is a ghost leviathan. That's a baby one. But look at this thing.
Terrain scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized
Look at how massive
remains.
this is. We gotta... Yep. We gotta... Oh, no. Well, we discovered a bone shark. And we need to get the hell out of here because he just almost destroyed our ship in one hit. There's a ton of resources down here, too. Let's, park up here. Hopefully he can't get us. I don't think he should be able to. That ship blows up down here and we're done. Try to grab. There's all different types of material down here. Rubies, diamonds, which actually we're gonna grab. Take a look around and see if there's any more. And like I said, I want to try to find... There's a building down here that we can look for. I also want to grab a lot of this nickel and diamond. Because this is a good place to come for all this stuff. And we'll probably end up building a small base down here towards the end game, because then it just makes it a lot easier to do all of the things instead of having to run back and forth constantly. Also, I would love to find some... Nope, that's not it. Crystalline sulfur. Crystalline sulfur to find, God, these things are okay, so it's that way. But here's another giant, skeleton. Probably don't park over the, That's a sea dragon skeleton. It Semi-intact skeletal structure of a Leviathan-class predator. Head trauma. There is clear evidence of a massive physical trauma to the head. The damage is so severe it was likely the cause of death and must have occurred somewhere nearby. Damage is consistent with a high-speed collision with a solid object. Age. Something in the environment has helped to preserve these remains, but calcium decay suggests an approximate time of death 1,000 years ago. Bone growth suggests the creature was in the egg-laying stage of its life cycle. So that gives you a little clue as to why it went after something. Gotta be careful down here, because I really can't afford to lose too much health. I have to build the, and that's another thing we'll check out in a second. Actually, we'll go there first, because we can come over and check this out, but we can't get too much further because, as you can see, we're already at 875 meters. But yeah, oh, this is so cool. I wish I could remember how to turn off my HUD. Nope. Nah, I'll figure it out later. The giant cove tree. A vast tree encountered in a deep cove and the only one of its kind encountered on the planet. This tree is surrounded by rays grazing on its pink outer leaves. Bark. Hardy, fast-growing bark covers the outside of the tree. Minuscule organisms inhabit the notches in the surface. Ghost Leviathan eggs. That's what we just saw back there. The tree branches are wrapped around a number of maturing eggs belonging to a species designated Ghost Leviathan. This tree appears to be an ancient nesting ground where eggs were laid. The eggs were laid when the tree was young, and now the branches protect and grow them as they await perfect conditions to hatch. Let's see if we can't scan one of these guys. These are ghost rays. And if you go down into this, I don't think the blue hurts you. No, the blue doesn't hurt. But here's something we want to find. Uraninite crystals. And this is what's going to help us build our nuclear reactor. And we'll grab some more nickel. Just take a look around real quick and see. There's a big chunk of it right here. I'm gonna need quite a few of these, so I'm gonna pick up as much as we can while we're down here. And there's some more magnetite. Almost all of the materials are down here. Alright, let's get back to the sea moth. Keep our eye out for some more diamonds and stuff as well. I'm gonna drink some water real quick to make sure our vitals don't get too low. But now we'll head off in the direction that we were headed earlier. And also, again, I need to keep my eye out for crystalline sulfur, which might be in these. And I think it is. Problem is, yeah, that hurts the sea moth. And it doesn't help me either. There's some more uraninite. Usually it's around here somewhere. Usually hanging out by these things, you can grab them real quick. That's okay. We might be able to catch some on the way back out. How many, we got a good bit of uraninite, which is good. That'll get us started on the reactor, and then power problems will be a thing of the past. Yeah, here, look at this. Alien containment facility.
Alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
Yep. So this is what the Sea Emperor, Leviathan back there, the skeleton, that's what this was attacking.
Interior walls in this section are substantially reinforced.
I knew we needed another tablet.
Was seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed.
And this just talks about the specimens that they were doing here. Leviathan eggs, small ones, large carnivores, Sea Emperor. Which, the skeleton back there was the Sea Dragon, not the Sea Emperor. And then we have another ion cube here. There's quite a bit of those down here. And then I don't think we can get through. Oh, no, we can. Cool. I've never actually tried this with the sea moth. I usually just get out. I'm usually down here with the prawn suit. And here's the sea dragon egg that sea dragon fossil back there we found was after. So they took her egg, brought it down here, and were researching it. And she got mad. Which, understandable. Yep, there's another one. Tons of stuff down here. And this talks about the damage. Leviathan detected a facility perimeter, closing in at high speed. Hit the cable. Basically sunk this whole place. And here's something, another one, but we don't ever get to see this in the game. This is just another specimen. A vast predator housed in an artificial habitat. Share skeletal traits with the biter and the sand shark. There's just a ton of stuff down here. And they had this thing in this cage right here. I'm gonna go get some oxygen. And I don't know, can I fit through here? I can. And then in this room...
Residual biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study. Data pertaining to the bacterium
this is all about the
caution.
Kara.
Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
I took my gloves off for this. Watch this. Give yourself a self-scan.
Self-scan complete. Bacterial infection has spread to the skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to databank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection.
And now we're completely infected. Like we were, like all the other things on this planet. And these here are all parts of the warper. And this lets you know that basically these creatures, the warpers that we've been seeing around, they were created artificially through a bunch of different testing and animal parts. But these are what they use to keep the bacteria in check, I believe. And you can see they have different parts down here. So the aliens that were here studying the Kara created these to wipe out anyone who has the infection. because there's no cure for it yet. But we have to find one so we can get off this planet. Alright, I'm gonna fix the ship quick. And then... oh, there's one. I forgot all about this one. Now we have so many ion cubes, it's ridiculous. Okay. And then that's pretty much all there is down here until we go further. But again, I want to head back this way because I want to go through the Lost River and try to find some sulfur. Because I'm going to need that for an upgrade for the prawn suit. But I don't see any. Again, it might be down here, which I can't really go into it. But if I see any, I can hop out and maybe try to grab a piece or two. I'm not seeing any. Need to check. I think that's gold. That's copper. I think this might be just another way out up here. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, there's usually a lot of little pieces that are hiding in this. But if I can't find any this time, I'll have to come back down. Nope, it just got completely turned around. That's right back to where we were going. Okay. The Lost River is such a cool area. The mix of like this green acid almost and the blue. And there's a lot of these big nodes down here for material. But again, I really need to keep an eye out for the crystalline sulfur. Oh, but down there, look at that. That's another ghost Leviathan. Game just lagged like crazy right there. How have I not seen one piece of crystalline sulfur at all? Like, this is crazy. My OBS is going crazy over here. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, normally they're in here, but I haven't seen even one of them. Oh, there's one. Oh, do I risk it? I don't have a health kit on me, do I? That was a terrible idea. Oh, no. I don't think that's gonna put me in my... Will that put me in my sea moth? That's the second death I've had in this playthrough. One was off camera with a Reaper Leviathan. Nope, I knew it. Well, what did we get? Oh, well, we got the crystalline sulfur. So you know what? We're gonna put that away. We'll put all of these away. And look! We have cuttlefish. We have bone sharks, cuttlefish. And these guys, you can actually pick... Well, you can pick up all of these. But... if you take these guys right outside... and you drop them, they'll swim around. You can give them little treats. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do, but go ahead, you can have it. Alright, I need to tell that guy to stop following me. Tell that guy to stop following me, because otherwise they will follow you all the way. But okay, I'm gonna... You know what, actually, let's go in and see what this radio message is. This might be the life pod. Nope. That's more, that's more warpers. Okay, but I think that's good for this episode. We're going to say goodbye there. Don't forget, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. We've been gaining subscribers like crazy. Also, don't forget to check me out on Twitch, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye, everybody.